russosbrand.com, where the pros are the pros. I swear to God, the great Bonnie Hammer, Ben, always used to tell me, Vince, reinforce. Every show you write, you got to assume people are watching it for the first time. Every show that she over and over again. You got to keep telling the stories. You got to bring everybody up to speed. Reinforce. So, Stevie, I'm watching this show. Think about us being new viewers. Now, this is not Unreal and then Raw and SmackDown. This is in the body of the same show, Ben. This is not only in the body of the same show, back to back. So we got Stephanie's place, and she's sitting there, and she said with Trinity and Jimmy Uso. So she's sitting there with Trinity. Okay, now, Stevie, I'm watching this for the first time. She's sitting there with Trinity. They lead up to the clip, and then they cut it off and go to commercial. Then, Stevie, we come back with Naomi's music and entrance. So you just showed us Trinity in this show, and now 5 minutes later, you're showing us Naomi. Oh, okay. So now we saw on Stephanie's place, Trinity and Jimmy were happy about something with a big announcement. Now we got Naomi crying. And now we got Naomi, Ben, telling you to watch Trinity on the screen. Let's go back to Trinity now. And then Trinity and Jimmy are sharing this wonderful moment that she's pregnant. Then we go back to Naomi, and she's cutting a heel promo on Adam Pearce. And I'm just saying to myself, bro, if I was watching this for the first time, I would have no idea what is going on here. Forget about the angle where we get heat on Naomi and she gets suspended as a heel and she disappears for 9 months. Forget about all that. We got the heel crying because she's pregnant, turning into now a heel promo. The fans are chanting, "You deserve it," and she's taking all of that in. Stevie, what else does all this mean except nothing matters to them anymore? It doesn't have to make sense. If it happens to make sense, okay. Bro, they don't give a shit of what they're putting on that television show, man.
Well, actually, funny enough, Triple H was asked that while he was on the yacht in Greece. And you know what he said? Enjoy the show.
Yeah, right.
Listen, this is what happens. I don't know what they're trying to do if they don't care. It actually felt like a whole ton of effort to confuse and undo and redo and undo all in the same segment. She was a babyface. She was crying. They were chanting. Trinity's up on the screen. Stephanie's there, and my wife was working. Who's the girl who nobody knows who that is? Like the guy, like the Simpsons. Who's that guy?
Who was that girl?
I don't know. He said my wife thought it was Nia Jax. And I'm like, I don't know if it is or isn't at this point. And don't you mean like she's sitting on a couch? You have to say her real name. But This is where we've reviewed the show on my show. That's a show Inception right there. We reviewed the show, Unreal. And I said, okay, it's not for us, it's for casual fans. But you literally, with that segment, just told us, this isn't for the casual fan. You have to be caught up to speed. And I'm still confused as a 30-plus year veteran of wrestling looking at a babyface and heel turn faster than Paul Orndorff back in the day within one segment. Do you feel that way too, Ben? Am I supposed to be sympathetic? This was almost like that Lori Dayball or the Chris. I've been watching True Crime where they're disassociating themselves within the same segment and calling themselves different names. Yeah. It was crazy. Am I overreacting to this confusion?
Well, I didn't write this segment. I actually did. I tried to get in on this segment and write the third beat because I had, it
didn't have an international flavor to it.
Yeah.
Well, it was going to because what I wanted to do was to do a callback, have Asuka march out, and then you give every time somebody gets pregnant, they just give the belt to Asuka. That's what I was trying to.
Right. I was literally thinking, is she going to hand the belt? You go be champion. I'll be a mother. Like,
exactly. Like that was your time to lock it down for a second time. So when the third time comes, it will really hit. But they missed it. I put it out there, but
I know you wrote in that the hand is going to come out of her in 9 months.
Yeah, too. Well, I mean, all options are on the table. Here, what is this? This is damage control. We are in control now, right? If we do it on Stephanie's podcast as a shoot of the people, the unreal characters that we're trying to portray, even though she's in the ring going crazy with caution tape and now she's pregnant, but we're still selling sex with her at the same time because we gotta make it look like it's okay to get pregnant while you're on a huge push and now we got to rewrite everything. So let's present it in the best way possible, but then go back into character. And then she's like, I don't care, in 9 months and so in a few weeks, I'm going to be back halfers for my title. You're pretty much now saying, you know what? My newborn, unborn baby. This belt means everything to me, dog. Like, and even Triple H is tweeting some things are more important than titles. Like, not to this character. Like the whole you're gonna have heat if you get pregnant is a real thing in wrestling for women that they have to deal with. You know what I mean? So what are they trying to do is soften that blow where you can't have any criticism of, hey, life happens. And, we'll make a Netflix and chill joke about it to pop the live house. But now we're reshuffling our whole year of what we've done to get you to this point. But you can't say, is that irresponsibility? Is that not caring enough about the audience? Because those are just like, now you're questioning somebody's family versus some stupid creative wrestling show. And that doesn't stand up to each other. And, I hope everything goes well for her, bro. Like, older, you know what I mean? Like that. The thing I was thinking of is somebody watching this going, dude, you just had matches. You're announcing your pregnancy really early. I would wait and see and make sure things are going along before I would have taken the 2 to 3 months, you know what I mean, before we announced of what was really going on, because I hope everything goes well, but sometimes in life they don't, and that's a dangerous thing. Like Awesome Kong kind of went through that, right? And I would hate to see that.
Well, it's a terrible thing. Real quick, it's a terrible thing just because there are people that will say terrible things on the internet if something terrible happens and won't care. And plus, you were a heel, so we might be splitting hairs with that, Vince. But that's what I mean. You open yourself in, God willing, hopefully we're just holding our breath for no reason.
Here was my first question. So we're opening up the promo and you're crying. But I know, because I know the business and I know the players of the game, it's exactly what you said, Ben. These aren't tears of joy that I'm pregnant. These are tears of, I've got to give up this belt and I'm not going to be wrestling the next time. That's what the tears were. Like,
it was like an injury.
I finally got my injury. Yeah.
I swear to God, and if you guys don't believe me, I'll never forget when you go back and you watch the reality series, Ben, Roads to the Top. And Cody Rhodes had his wife on there. She's pregnant. And all she's thinking about is working out and training and getting back in the ring. And
that is the poison of this business.
Yeah,
right?
I remember watching that, Stevie. I swear to God, I remember watching that and saying, when their daughter is old enough to know, I hope she never sees this episode.
I remember you saying that, dude.
Because it literally came across like it was an accident. Because it was more important to her to train and get back in the ring. And when Naomi is crying here, That's what she's crying about, Ben. She finally gets the push. She's got the new outfit. She's got the belt, and like, oh shit, now I'm pregnant and I'm gonna miss the 9 months.
Yeah.
That's what it was, bro.
Yeah. And it's like we got to pivot and save, because that inside the bubble, that's what they feel like they have to do. When they could have just left her as Trinity on the scoop of Stephanie's podcast instead of doing this weird back and forth between the two in the scene, but they can't see themselves that way, bro. Like it's very odd. And to say like, I'm going to be back with my newborn. I'm like, oh,
But listen,
really? Is that who you want?
But maybe it's not her. Maybe it's the cut. I mean, we're writing scripts. You know what I mean?
What about when Becky did it? When Becky said, wrestling's not the most important thing to me. You got to eat shit, pal. Like, remember? So, But so she's saying that now, but once she's got a brand new baby in her arms and they're getting no sleep and shitty diapers, what she said 9 months ago could easily be out the window. And I hope it is for about a 2-year span, so she can spend and nurture and have time to recoup and actually have a family, dude. Like, instead of worrying about, they put the push on me and now the belt's off me. I never relinquished it. I just laid it down. Like, all this petty bullshit that we have to deal with that are mind from these people, you know, like, and if you have a problem and you're with what I say in WWE, just DM Disco and he'll go and stooge it on their show and you can bury me that way.
Yeah. What I was saying, though, was it's scripted. She was not, maybe they did say go out there, but make sure you say you put the belt down, that you're going to be back and everything. So she's not going off the reservation and kind of grabbing the microphone and cutting a shoot promo. I think that they were directing her. And obviously the weaponized hope is, oh, when I come back, my spot's safe and I can go.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's, but I don't think it's a 50-50 thing. I think they are presenting that as the most important thing, as they're trying to do the 1984 doublespeak. Family's most important.
Yeah.
But the title is the most important thing as well.
Family's the most important thing to Trinity, but to Naomi, this belt is what me. Like,
that's very serial killer like.
Yeah, they justify it.
And disassociative
and you got the
behavior.
exact thing backstage with Bailey doing. I hear voices in my head.
Well, I'm glad you finally got vignettes.
Yeah, finally we're getting to know who she really is.